After we've come through our gate, we need to have a clean. So this is where I've drawn a picture for you all, because I want to explode a myth. Myth explosion! It was really, really bugging me the other day. There was one group and I kept seeing someone saying, yes, but you have to wash in hot water. It's got to be hot water. Does your allotment have hot water? You don't need to have hot water for your wash. It can be cold water. And here is, I'm going to explain why. You ready for the picture? It's a long time since I've had to draw a picture of I was going to say a cell. It's not actually a cell, a particle. So, is it recognisable? It's really bad drawing. This is my COVID-19 virus particle picture. It's actually a very simple virus, 3 parts to it. And while it's on the outside of our bodies, as in on our skin, on our hands from touching, it's actually relatively easy to deal with. It's once it transfers from our skin and gets down there, that's when it becomes a problem. So we want to get it off our skin. Now, it's made up, like I say, of 3 parts. The purple fuzzy bit in the middle, that's the RNA. That's ribonucleic acid. So I'm not going to go into one too much, because it's not important, but that's similar to DNA. That's got all the coding in it. Then around the outside, you see my little red drawing pin type things, tacks, I think you say in America. Those are little bits of protein. And then between them all, can you see where I've done it in yellow? Between all of them. That's it's a type of lipid, a fat. So very, very simple. Now, here's the genius of soap. The soap is what helps to break down those little, it's very, very loosely connected, very loosely connected. So the soap basically cuts through the fat, much as, you know, when you're scrubbing a really greasy pot after your Sunday roast, we use a load of soap to cut through that fat. It's the same thing with washing with soap. It cuts through that fat, and then basically the whole particle just falls apart. I'm putting it very simply. So, the 2 things we want, excuse me, I've got a proper little tickle today. 2 things we want when we're washing our hands. The friction, all of the movement, it's doing 2 things. One, it's starting to help to disattach, is that even a word, the virus particle from our skin. It's helping to get it unstuck from our skin. But also that friction, as the action of the soap, the sudsy bit, starts to break through those little bits of fat and starts to disintegrate the virus particle, the friction also helps to smash those little particles apart. So it's got nothing to do with the temperature of the water. It's easier to get a lather with warm water than cold water. I don't understand the physics of that. I'll have to look that up. I'm loving all my science at the moment. But yes, so the main thing is you get your hands wet in water, get your lather, get a good lather, do all your actions, 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 don't forget your wrists, and then back under the water to rinse it off. So, and one of the reasons I'm saying this is because I know that a lot of you on your allotment sites, you do have running water, but it's cold running water. And 2, I just want to dispel the myth, because I think what's really frustrating for me at a time like this, I've got too much time on my hands, I do need to do some nursing, is when I'm seeing people giving advice and they're not qualified to give advice. Anyway, so there we go. Please don't worry about the temperature of the water. The 2 things to remember is your soap, a good lather to cut through those, to just dissolve all those little fatty bits, all those little bits of lipids. That's going to pop that virus particle apart, it's going to fall apart. All that friction, smash it apart. Brilliant.